Hello everybody and welcome back to not a Kerbal Space Program but a SimpleRockets 2 video. Yes, I have also tried out this new early access game from Steam and, well, I'm actually impressed. This is version 0.6.5 and, well, for something that is still very much beta, there's already a lot going on. As you can see here, I'm already launching a Delta 4 replica into the skies, which is controlled by this overlay dial type control mechanism thing, which is probably implemented because it makes it way easier to control this on a mobile device if you so desire when it's released on mobile sometime. Anyhow, the graphics look amazing compared to a Kerbal Space Program, of course, and the vehicles also look quite okay. Control schemes are, well, they are reasonably intuitive, and you can get to space really soon if you know what you're doing or if you already have played a lot of Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, we have now our stage separation. Staging is also done with the spacebar key, so you should feel right at home in this game when you've already played a little bit of KSP. Look at that, we have a nice landing indicator on the right and it looks like an explosion. Yeah, thanks for the vote of confidence, dear developers. Anyhow, this game has been in development I think for 2 years now, and it's now in early access available on Steam. I would highly recommend getting it because even if you already have Kerbal Space Program, this here offers, well, a nice little change of pace and some new scenery and also some new mechanisms and stuff to experiment with. For instance, you can actually define how large and how many tiles your solar panels have, like in this Hubble Space Telescope replica. But you're not here for Hubble, you're here for huge things like this, and, well, it didn't turn out as I intended. So, business as usual, I guess? Again! Okay, this time around I also was not able to go to space with this very large space station. Again! And I just put this one in here because there's kind of a boomerang thing going on in the background. Look at that. The hangar survives, so we have not got destructible buildings yet. Okay, I managed to get a stable version of this station type vehicle going on, but due to the game not willing to stage my 20-something rocket engines, I was not even able to launch this. So I experimented with something different. For instance, this already ready-made rover. Yeah, you already have some type of spring, piston and rotation device mechanisms in that game already. So if you know Kerbal Space Program and if you know Infernal Robotics, well, you've got a lot of that implemented here right out of the box. And yeah, rover drives, and as they usually do in these types of games. Fun little fact, you can actually destroy parts you no longer want to have with clicking on them and exploding them. Yay! Look at all those fireworks. I think they could improve the explosions a bit. Alright, but this is simple rockets and not huge space stations, so I have built a simple rocket. And this here is, well, it looks a bit like a Saturn V, at least I hope it does. And yeah, the funny thing is you have some sort of picture-taking mechanism in there. When you activate it, the game pauses and you can set your rocket just right as you want it for your Instagram or Facebook or whatever account you want to use with this. Anyhow, while we're flying up in the air with only 3 engines, we don't need 5 of these humongous F1 copy things. Let's see how that staging goes. There it goes. Staging is still a bit wonky in this game, as are some other things. It is very much still a beta and an early access version, so the 0. something version is very much justified. Alright, and you can see here my spacecraft. This is basically my attempt to recreate the Apollo-style moon mission in SimpleRockets 2. So we have a command service module, we have a lunar lander, and yes, the moon in this game is called Luna, like the Latin name for the moon. And yeah, as you may have noticed, everything is kind of like this blue, white, grayish type color scheme. Apparently you can change that, but I haven't dived into that too much. Another interesting thing is that you can adjust the sensitivity of the maneuver node gizmo thing, which is really nice and prevents overshooting a lot. And you have some sort of auto burn option, so the vehicle basically performs the burn itself. Almost. It kind of stops at 90-something% and you can go for the last few meters per second of delta V. You also get a nice progress indicator where it shows you how much of the burn has been completed. Or maybe it's a bug that the burn is not completed before it's actually done. I don't know. As I mentioned before, this is early access, and look at that sunrise. This is really, really beautiful, especially when you compare it to Kerbal Space Program. Hey, developers of KSP, you might want to take a hint. Okay, we're now trying to perform our docking and extraction of the Luna module. You can actually select another vehicle that you're not controlling at the moment and set it as target, and then the target indicator would appear in this maneuver gizmo, but I forgot to do that here. What you also can do is use the RCS systems, which you have to activate first, and there are directional and translational controls. If you switch to translational controls by T, it basically just pans left, right, up, down, and so on. And if you switch to the directional controls, it basically acts as it would without the RCS. Okay, we have a dock after some wiggling, and now it's completely confused about staging, so I have to stage everything manually, as you've seen me using the context menu. Context menus, by the way, they come up in the same place every time, so they overlay each other, which can be a bit confusing at times. And you can also pin those with the nice icon on the left hand side, so you can use all the maneuver node information in the main view that you would otherwise only get in the map view if you click on the pin. Alright, we are now doing our lunar, well, not insertion, it's kind of our braking burn, so that we can get our circularization going on. Alright, now we're done with that. Let's get into the sunlight some more. Nice little orbit. And here the shadows and lighting really come to play. Look at that. That looks awesome, and it really does remind me a bit of First Man, which I've seen only recently, because the Austrian movie type things was way late with distributing it in our country. Anyhow, yeah, you've seen me here now switch to the other craft, which brings up the loading screen, so that's a bit of a hassle, so you can't really switch as quickly as in KSP. But hey, it's still early access, maybe this will change, and maybe we'll also get some more, well, refined, more smaller landing gear, because this is really big compared to such a small vessel. And we also don't really have a lander cam because we don't really have pilots at the moment. What we do have is... Yeah, well, it's definitely not KSP, but this game is very much Kerbal in spirit. Okay, what you can do is set the maneuver gizmo to point upwards, and then use the landing gear and the RCS to upright yourself. So, well, that's a big help. Okay, we don't have anything to do here, we can't get out, we can't perform science, so let's get back to our spaceship with our little ascent stage. And yeah, of course I went the wrong direction, yay! Yeah, this maneuver thing gets needs some getting used to, but it's good if you're a bit lazy, to be honest. You're not so involved in the control of the vehicle as you are in KSP, especially with things like the auto burn and pointing it to just a direction and it flies there. So yeah, very much some automation going on compared to that other space game. Alright, we've set our return burn, let's say goodbye to the moon, and let's get back home. And here we are already. Of course, I've cut quite a bit of footage out of this. Fortunately, I think there is not any heating damage yet, but I'm pretty sure they will implement it in the future. And yeah, there goes our service module. And now let's hope that I can release the parachutes manually, because staging is not working as I mentioned before. There we go, we have our parachutes. Nice! Hi there! Okay, and now something really weird is happening when you want to land in water. There you go! It's basically a bouncy castle. And then you drown and you die. Anyhow, I actually enjoy SimpleRockets 2 very much at the moment. I still think it needs a lot of work and some improvement. There are bugs, there are missing features, there are features not fleshed out yet completely as they could be, but if you're interested in space and have enjoyed Kerbal Space Program, I highly recommend this just for having some fun with something else for once in a while. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel for more and follow me on my social thingies. The links are in the description. Also, you can watch one of the 2 cool videos shown on the right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.